Our next guest proves that no task is too big when you put your heart and soul into it.
He organized a teddy bear drive that netted tens of thousands of bears for children in Haiti following the earthquake there 1 year ago.
We've asked 13-year-old Blare Gooch back because we want to congratulate him for being named Parenting Magazine's, one of Parenting Magazine's Kids of the Year. His mom, Lisa Gooch, is here as well. This is the magazine. It's going to be on the newsstands. It's February's issue. Blare, when did you learn about this?
Well, I was at school and my teacher basically said, "Hey Blair, did you know that your mom just called and said that you were going to be in Parenting Magazine?" And I'm like, "Oh no."
Well, that's wonderful. Can you tell us, Lisa, this was a surprise for you too, because it wasn't a contest or anything. It was Parenting Magazine picking out these just truly remarkable kids.
Right. They called me and they said that they had done research, and that's how they picked their 8. They just kept doing the research through the internet and from what they heard from local radio stations and TV stations, and that's how they made their decision.
Wow. That is amazing. You're only in 7th grade.
Oh, no, I'm in 8th.
You're in 8th grade. You are 13 years old. And talk about what inspired you to really spearhead this great collection drive.
Well, basically, as before I was watching TV and I just really wanted to help. That's really it.
I know we have some pictures of the bears actually going to the children in Haiti, and you have over 20,000, maybe around 25,000 that ended up going down, and then about 22 that maybe went
to local agencies. Yes.
You know, when you see this, Blair, you know, this is your dream that you work so hard for. When you see these children with the bears, what do you think?
I don't know. It just makes me happy knowing that I put a smile on a child's face.
And you know, you think about a bear. What was it about the idea of a bear or a stuffed animal that initially inspired you?
Well, whenever I'm at home and I'm sort of feeling down, I know that my bear is like right above me, so.
That's great. Confession time here.
Absolutely. You know, what's great about this, too, is this really shows that you're never too young, you're never too small.
Yeah.
You know, if you have a dream, you can make it happen. Do you feel like other kids have really learned that?
Yes, I do.
Have you seen other kids? Have they given you any feedback of saying that, oh, I had this idea, or I want to be like you, Blair?
Yeah, my classmates are like, I called dibs on the next drive, Blair.
Well, that's great. And you know, it really is a culture at their school that they really encourage the kids to think outside of themselves. And you as a mom, having your son growing up in that learning environment, that has to be so rewarding for you.
Oh, that's very, he's amazing. It just goes to show that everything that we have tried to instill in him, he has listened and followed through. We always say put God first, then take care of yourself, and then take care of others. And he's followed that. You know, he's made well with himself.
That's really great. Okay, and now it is launched beyond just bears too.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
Now we're going to be collecting and recycling school supplies, and we are sending them over because education is really important in Haiti.
So what kinds of things? You brought some examples of different things. You know, we're talking about pens, pencils, crayons, but games too?
Yeah, games.
Tell us about that.
Soccer balls, stuff like that, because there's really, you need to sort of have something to do. I mean, you can't just be sitting around all day. So we're going to be bringing games like Yahtzee and picture.
Dominoes.
Dominoes.
Yeah. I know. So what can people do to get these in the hands of your organization? Because what you do, I know you partnered up with a great group that we've actually showed here in 8 West before, Rays of Hope for Haiti. They have the system down pat. They have the containers. You basically get it in their hands so they can go down there and distribute it. But how do we get it in your hands?
They can send their supplies to 1557 Michigan Avenue in Grand Rapids. Attention Blair's Bears. We have the boxes that we send them. There are 12 by 12 by 24. The cost is $14 to send them. Sending them through us, we work with Rays of Hope directly, so it's a lot cheaper because they send everything in a large quantity. When we're talking about games, we're talking about dominoes and Yahtzee because we don't have a language that they can relate to, so we don't want to see things with words because that would confuse them. But we all know how to count. They count mostly in French or Creole, or they're different languages, and that's why we say to stick with learning things that are more visual than reading.
Well, that's really great.
So,
yeah,
teaching
absolutely.
tools.
Yeah,
anything like
and
that.
small pumps to pump up the soccer balls.
Oh,
So you
definitely.
send
We
them
need
deflated.
soccer. Yeah, we
okay,
send them
we'll get all that
deflated.
information on our website. Blair, congratulations
Thank
again.
you.
Lisa, what a good mom you
Thank
are,
you.
obviously, and
Thank
great
you, and
values.
thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you West?